is a part of life. So putting life into your loved ones definitely fade to black. Funeral with t-shirt printing, tattoo artists on site to commemorate your loved ones. Fade to black.
I think I'm
Um,
gonna download that song so that I can see. I want to know every person who was a part of that record because I do not remember. I do remember Curtis Blow having a
Fat
serious.
Boys,
I remember Curtis Blow came
Run
in with a.
DMC.
He came in with one of his ha 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 ha
Yeah,
ha ha ha. Ha.
I think the real Roxanne.
Wow,
Is
that
in
is the
it.
real Roxanne.
I think. Oh,
Okay,
yeah, the real Rox. Um,
the real Roxanne was the light skinned one, right?
yes, I think
And
she
then
was in.
Roxanne Shante, she's the original.
Yes,
She was the
she's
first
the.
one,
Yeah,
Roxanne
she's
Shante.
the Roxanne is the real one.
Because
And
that's
then
she has her show on LL Cool J's
yes,
Sirius XM show, yeah. Sirius XM radio.
yeah. For the most HBCU thing for me, I have a tie.
Oh, we're in categories, people. It's categories.
We're in the category. The most
Yes.
HBCU thing for me was I got a tie. One is protesting on campus
Mm-hmm.
and jumping the gun.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Not thinking things through, bro. Not not thinking things through, bro. We could probably put that across the board, not just HBCUs.
Bruh. No, I don't know, bruh. Bruh.
I am pretty sure you can go to a PWI and see something happen. And you're like, man, y'all definitely didn't think this one through.
That's I. Hey, I'm speaking from my experience. You're right. You're right. But man, I was like, y'all didn't think this true, fellas. You didn't think this. Y'all just
Mm-mm.
didn't, dog. You just
Mm-mm.
didn't. You. What about you?
Bootleg tapes. Bringing
Uh,
back tapes. People used to bring back tapes all the time or something. I mean, it wasn't like we had, unless you lived in Meridian, you didn't have cable. So you got your music from where you get your music. Either that or you go down to nobody,
AKA the
the
Ebony Sex
Wiz.
Palace.
Nobody beats the Wiz. Yes.
Nobody beats
AKA
the
the
Wiz.
Ebony Sex Palace. Yes. The Ebony Sex Palace.
Let me say, I mean, they're closed now, so I can sing it. Nobody beats the Wiz.
Yeah.
That's when you got all
Nobody
your.
beats the Wiz.
Nobody beats the Wiz. You got all your music. Yes, before streaming, there were
Yes.
CDs, and before that, they were tapes, and you purchased them at a place called a record store.
Yeah,
um,
bootleg tapes. I felt like there was something else probably, but I can't. I might.
the
It might.
best,
I had something in my head, but I forgot.
the best bootleg tape I can ever remember was when the Black album came out by Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And they were people going across campus saying they had it, and it was this and that. And people, I remember there was an ad. They were putting up ads by where outside the library, by the shuttle stop. Somebody was selling them for like two tapes of it for $200. And you out your mind? I don't need to hear that. I paid them $200 for a tape. For a tape, you must be out your mind.
I I'd have just if I was at that shuttle stop, I'd just say nah, I'm good, bro. I just laughed like nah, bro, I'm
And
good.
they had ads up around campus,
Oh,
like
okay.
call. And it's like ain't nobody calling you. Somebody might have wanted to do that, but yeah, somebody with money maybe, but nah, that was not happening. The least for me, even
Not
though
the
it
least HBCU thing, but highly unlikely.
highly unlikely thing, even though you may disagree with it, I
What?
just don't see the man who basically runs the cafeteria bringing food to a protest to attract kids
Oh
out
no, I totally agree with that. I never
on,
said.
on, on some Pied Piper.
Yeah, I never said I agree with it. I just said Mr. Gaines sound funny when he said breakfast is served.
I can see somebody saying ungrateful SOBs.
I think we may want to add in a new category and start. I don't know about the different world, but I was thinking about kind of an MVP because I'm thinking, man, right now like Mr. Gaines, he's MVP of this episode. He was there. but I don't know for that. I don't know for every episode though, because it wasn't
Mm,
really like that.
uh, true. What about for you? Highly unlikely.
Um, Specifically, Dapper D's bootleg tape.
Get my cookie.
Get my cookie. It's the wackest song ever, bruh.
Watch us do the do. Get naked for your massage.
Bruh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
You always say, bro. For
Horrible.
the song, man, I had a tie, man. It was too easy for me to say "Fight the Power," but I thought about "Wake Up" by Brand Nubian, so I didn't know. I had them both. It was a tie. I didn't know
Oh,
which one.
really?
"Wake Up" by Brand Nubian.
I didn't even think
Um,
about Fight the Power. That's interesting. It didn't even. That's funny because I got the same artist, but I was not thinking Fight the Power, and that came out, I believe, that year, right?
yes, that's why I thought it's like the perfect song for that year. "Fight the
Yeah,
Power."
mine was hardcore. Raw bone like a razor. I'm like a laser. I just won't graze you. Old enough to raise you. So this'll phase you. Get it right, boy. Maybe I will praise you. Rebel without a pause. Public enemy, baby.
Ah,
Rebel without a pause. Public enemy.
I had for HBC alumnus guest star. I had Texas A&I former Washington Redskin NFL Hall of Famer Darrell Green playing um, Myron Jones, a cornerback on the team, Hillman football team, and he was in the pit when they all left, and somebody said, "Hey man, we going to the A building." Man, ain't nobody taking my scholarship. Ain't nobody ain't getting my scholarship take for y'all for him and Cookie. Piece of my cookie. I ain't getting my man. You better go ahead on with that.
Sound like your boy from what's the show? I mean the movie
Oh, you told us the
School
school day?
Days.
Man, I don't care if Jesus Christ himself goes. Ain't no way I'm telling my mom and daddy I'm getting kicked out of school.
uh,
Man, and let me tell you something. The school day when I heard that, it was not a realer moment ever. I said, yeah.
mm-mm, 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 mm-mm.
Hey, get out, get out of school. Yeah, man. I would just walk the earth like David Banner before I come home and tell
David Banner.
like Bruce. I would walk the earth before I
I
come
think he
home and tell
was
him, say,
David.
"Hey,
I think he was David on the TV show.
he was David." You know, you're
Mhm.
right, he was. But I would walk the earth like
You had it
like
right. You had it
I
right.
would work the earth like David Banner on the Hulk before I come home and tell Robert and Barbara email I got kicked out of school. Who is your HBC alum?
I had Letty's best friend, played by Debbie Allen, standing outside with Letty and all of the gang outside the A building saying, I wish that was my child because wasting my money on Dapper. Dapper who? Because I'd whip his ass.
I would have loved to see. I wish Patty LaBelle and Harold Sylvester would have been his parents on the show at
Oh,
that point.
man. That'd
I
have
would
been
have
a
loved
good
to
one.
see that. I would love to see their opinion. What?
Calm down, calm down, calm down.
Ma. Shoot, kill him.
What was her nickname for him?
Munch, chipmunk.
Oh, bruh. What if she would have got on the megaphone somehow, and Dwayne would have just heard somebody say, "Chipmunk," and he'd have been like, "Ma?" Like, oh my god.
Chipmunk, get your ass down right now. That would have been great. Chipmunk, get your ass down here right now. And Harold Sylvester just sitting there, just his dad, just like,
That's your mother.
"That's your mama. Yeah, that's your mother."
Huh?
Oh my God, man. Um, as far as I had talked about the Black Album, but I couldn't help but think I was thinking about it's not. It doesn't have to. It has to do more with recording, like "Piece of My Cookie." I remember the first time I was in the dorm and I heard the
That's
two
a
live.
horrible song, bro, that they created, bro.
I remember the first time I was in Cook and I heard the song "Hey We Want Some
Yeah,
P,"
yeah, yeah.
and I remember saying, "So they recorded this. They can go." In, I said, "They can go into a studio and they let you." I swear it was like they
Hey,
let you.
later on, Luke would come out with another song after winning the court. Banned in the USA. I was.
It is nothing as basic, and it's just basic as
Oh
"Hey
yeah,
We Want Some." I
oh
was
yeah,
like,
oh yeah, oh yeah,
everybody say "Hey," and I
yeah,
was just
yeah.
like, I said, "What is that? That's a record." Look, so
Yeah, that was
then
high school.
I went to a dude. I went to a dude who had his DJ equipment. Ball player has DJ equipment. I said, "That's an actual record. Wow."
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, this was I
What
enjoyed
about
it.
nostalgia?
That's about. I told you the nostalgia about
Oh,
that was
that is your
that
nostalgia. My bad.
that and the blackout. That thing about the blackout when somebody
Okay,
won
okay.
$200. I was like $200 for. I ain't buying it. It ain't all that.
So I think it was Muhammad Ali who says something to the effect of like if you're the same person at 54 that you were at 24, then basically you got a lot of problems.
You
So
wasted your life. He said,
I say that before I give this nostalgia story, which was you know, I it reminded me of the Million Man March. And the Million Man March was I mean, it was an incredible experience. The part where I ain't worked nothing was, hey man, at the end we walked all the way back, went right to the store, got some Hennessy. I ain't worth nothing, bro. I ain't worth nothing, bro. Went right to the store, bro. Hey, we walked all the way from the towers, basically, all the way down to the Capitol and back.
was it in
When we got
celebration?
back, something like that. Yeah, yeah. I was like, hey man, we back. Hey, we did we. I literally looked at it like, hey man, we did what we were supposed to do.
We did our part.
We did our part. Nah, it's time for me. It's time for some Hennessy.
We showed up. We didn't fight or whatever. We didn't do nothing.
We came together as a people. Now it's time hey man, go back normal.
I'm so glad it was 24 and now it's
Yeah,
different now.
yeah. Yeah, obviously I wouldn't do that now. I would not do that now.
But I think the quote is, if you are the same person you are at 50 at 50 that you were at 20, you done wasted your whole life.
And better, I know my fraternity and chapter brother and your Phi Phi fresh Roddy Ferguson. He told us a long time ago. He's like, bro, every 10 years of your life, there should be something noticeably different about you as
Yeah,
a person. You should have grown in some kind of capacity every 10 years of your life, every decade. And that is very true. If you are basically still walking around, you know,
that's true. I went, you know what's funny? I went, and not funny, but I guess it is kind of funny. I went to a friend had a party couple of, like last weekend.
hmm
It was her birthday, and I said I hadn't seen her in a minute. I wanted to at least follow through and give her a card for her birthday. And
hmm
it was held at this place where it's every month there's this entertainment mixer for entertainment people.
hmm
So it's a it was a big Mexican restaurant, and she had so there are a couple of functions going on. But
hmm
I walked in there and I saw some people that I knew that hadn't seen in a long time,
hmm
and I saw this one dude and he had his Yankees cap on backwards, and and he had his jeans hanging off his head. And I wanted to
Hat
say,
backwards, I give you that. Some people just wear their hat backwards. Jeans hanging off the behind.
I don't even know the hat, but the hat was like it was. I don't. It
I
was
give you
just.
the I give you a hat backwards just because
But it was him and a
I
couple other
can't
guys,
give
and
you I
they were
can't
posted
give you
they were
the
posted up on the
jeans hanging.
wall. They were posted up on the
Oh,
wall like you would see
oh, not
somebody.
posted on the wall. Ooh,
Like,
ooh,
yeah, it was like
ooh,
just
ooh.
grab a seat. But yeah, dude, yeah, that's all. It was different.
Yeah, yeah. If that was me, I'd have walked in and said, "Hey, is there a table anywhere?
Yeah, it's a
I'd like
table.
to sit down."
I like to sit down. That's all. It's neither here or there, but just when you said it made me think about it. But yeah. Um, as always, I really enjoyed it. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed
I did enjoy.
just
Hey,
to,
we will eventually do a live broadcast. We're just trying to figure out what episode we're going to do
and
a
we'll
live
just give
episode,
out ourselves.
or if we even do an episode, because we might do an album or a movie or something. So
Just
you
give
know,
out our cell phone just to have you call in live to
yeah,
us.
that you
We'll be.
you be Facebook and you figure that out on your own.
I,
But
he just gave up.
maybe he will give out his number. I will not be him.
He, I won't. He will do that, not me. That happened.
I don't know where we got this we.
That half of the that half of the screen will. This half of the screen will not. what's that? He said here and there's there and there's here, there.
Hey, you
So
know what? I also check us out on Facebook, Instagram for clips, as well as TikTok for clips.
man. So yeah. So until next week on the Blacklog. Peace. And oh no, that is copywritten by the Don Cornelius Corporation. I was about to and
Yeah.
do that.
Mm-mm.
Till next week, the Blacklog.
All right.